Okay, champions, good afternoon.
Hi.
I was just saying you muted me, Maria.
Rematch champion.
Go ahead. It doesn't pop up everybody for me.
Okay. I'm unmuted.
Yes, you're good. You're good.
Okay. First off, I want to just thank you, Adam, for taking this time to be with us. We have, a phenomenal group of real estate professionals at REMAX Champions. I've been so proud of them throughout this whole quarantine. They're very hard workers, very innovative and creative, and they've pushed their business forward regardless. And so I know that the content that you're pushing out as the CEO of REMAX, I'm very, proud to be part of the organization, because you're putting content out regarding not only business, but also an individual's well-being. And so that's what we're about here at Champion, agent about, working with each other and just being very good to each other in all times, not just in this time. And so with that, I just want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. We were just in Vegas watching you on stage, and here we are now, right? But thank you very much for being here, Adam. With that, I'll turn it over to you. I know that your time is limited, and so we want to get as much out of this as possible and give you as much time as possible. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Jennifer, and thank you, Maria, for having me here. Hello, champions. It's a pleasure and an honor to be with you all. I guess you always look for kind of a silver lining in everything. And one of the things that I'm most grateful for right now, with everything going on in the world, because we can control our response to things, but even though we can't control the event. So there's Jack Canfield, who wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul, wrote a book called Success Principles, and he has something called the Success Formula. The Success Formula is E plus R equals O. So the event, COVID, plus our response, how we react to this, truly equals the outcome. So essentially the event has happened. There's nothing you can do about that. Don't try and change it, but what you can impact is your response to that event. And everything revolves around your response. The outcome of this situation is determined by you and your response, not COVID, not the president, not the governor, not somebody someplace in another country or whatever trying to impact whatever. Does not matter. You are the determining factor in this. Your mind, your heart, your soul, your smile, your response, your love. You get to figure out how you're coming out of this and how your business is coming out of this. How do I know this? So I get, like I said, I get the honor of zooming in to talk to people. Oh, we have a coworker with us. If you guys don't mind reaching up and muting, there we go. If everybody can mute, that would be awesome. There we are. So my dogs might run in here also, so I have coworkers here. My kids are old enough where they're still sleeping. So unfortunately, but anyhow, we get to determine our response. I get to see this around the world. I see this around the world. I've been in Argentina, I've been in Venezuela, I've been in Uruguay, I've been in Italy, I've been in Greece, I've been in Canada. I was in Canada twice today. Just all over the world in presenting. I'll be in South Africa later. Ultimately, everybody, the interesting thing about this is not a geopolitical or a border related situation or anything like that. This is a health pandemic, and every single human being on the planet has essentially been affected the same way by this. Some of us have different regulations we have to deal with based upon how it's occurring locally, where we have to stay inside longer than others, and others are out doing whatever they want to do right now. We have people in Pennsylvania that are still in lockdown and they're non-essential, and business has not happened in Pennsylvania in real estate. It has not happened. And they're looking around going, what's the deal? But I talked to an agent in Pennsylvania and she goes, yeah, I got 12 listings last week. How did she do that is the question. How did she get to help those 12 people? Because what we've noticed in real estate right now, globally, so you can't argue with this trend. This is happening all over the world. People wanted to buy and sell a house before COVID started. COVID started and they did one thing. They pushed pause. Generally, they didn't push stop. 90% of them said, I'm just going to wait. So we have this group during the ramp up period of the busiest real estate quarter we've seen in a decade. Okay. Q1 in the United States was the busiest first quarter we've seen in a long time. And it was starting to rock. 2020 was going to kill it in real estate. All right. And then COVID happened and they pushed pause. They still want to participate in this market, but they've had 8 weeks to forget about you if you haven't been in front of them. This is what's happening around the world. Additionally, we do know that a lot of people have been in contact with their agent during this process. Even if they're locked in their house or apartment or condo or whatever it is, they've been in contact with their agent who has been in contact with them. Generally, it has been on one of these boxes that I'm talking to you on right now, video, okay? By the way, the first video call, anybody know what year the first video call happened? 1964, before you Google it, okay? 1964. There's a black and white photo of a video call going on in 1964 on the internet. And then a decade ago, 2010, June 7th, 2010, Steve Jobs made a video call on something called FaceTime. Okay? He called Johnny Ive on FaceTime. You know what they did? They looked at each other and they smiled. They smiled. Why? Because smiles are contagious. Smiles are contagious. Here's the beauty. They're incredibly valuable. Okay? They're super contagious and you never run out of them. Think about that. Now, here's another weird thing to think about. Do people know if you're smiling at them when you're texting them or when you're emailing them or when you're just even talking to them on the phone? Sometimes they can hear it in your voice, but not on text. So video gives us this interesting aspect of staying in contact with our customers, and that's emotion. Emotion. Emotion drives real estate. Emotion drives our business. Why does somebody buy a house? Because they love it, right? They buy a house because they fall in love with it. They sell their house because it has fulfilled their needs, and they find another one that they love to fulfill their new needs. So we've had a little while to catch up to this whole video thing. We generally don't start doing something until we have to. I'm here to tell you, it's time. You have to. And you've been seeing me doing a lot of video. Why am I doing video? I get asked that a lot, okay? Why am I sitting in the basement of my house in this little wooden room? By the way, my office right now, this room is, so I'm 6, this room is 7 feet this way, and I think it's about 9 feet this way, okay? So this is the corner office for the CEO right here in my basement, the corner of my basement. And I love it here because I get to see everybody. I get to see more here than I do sitting in RE/MAX headquarters on video. Video is the wave of the future. It's the wave of real estate. You'll notice that all real estate transactions are being done on video now, where there's like a video walkthrough, there's a video presentation. You better have some sort of a video shot or two of the property because video tells a story. We live on stories. Human beings, through nature, through time, through resources, have grown up on stories. And I can give you tons of proof, but really all I got to do is tell you, go look at your religious document. Whatever the religious document is that you subscribe to, that you believe in, that you read, it is nothing but stories and parables about life. And here's what we're doing. We're telling stories about life, stories about wellness, health. People want to see you. They want to see your face. So that's kind of one of the big evolutions in real estate. The other big evolution in real estate is caring. Okay. And when Jennifer and Maria reached out to me and said, hey, can you come on this program? You care about your health, your wellness, and the people around you and the people in the business. Come talk about that as well as business. I said, I'm happy to. So in order to show up well, because video is about showing up well, right? A smile, a little gleam in your eye, just being present, being human, being caring, being compassionate. You got to be okay in your own skin. You got to be well yourself. And that's important because right now, what are a lot of people dealing with? And really, what is the biggest reason why people won't buy or sell a house? There's one word: overwhelm. Okay? If you're dealing with a client and they're having a problem, it is almost always because of overwhelm. Overwhelm is a function of fear. Okay? Overwhelm is a function of fear. And fear is an emotion. Remember, we talked about emotion and how to help with emotion. We really only have two emotions as human beings. If you have kids, listen to me. Listen to me really well, because this is kind of a fun psychological insight game to play with your kids. People function from one of two emotions. The default emotion is fear. It is for everybody. And a fear response is fight, flight, or freeze. Fight, flight, or freeze. So when you ask somebody something, if they argue with you, if they rationalize excuses, if they push back, if they say nothing, if they ignore, if they give you kind of that look, you're getting a fear response. You're getting a fear response. So then if you approach that fear response with pushback, with combat of some sort, an argument, the word why is a judgmental word. Okay, just remember that. Anytime you say why, you're judging the person that you're asking. It's accusatory. It's condemnation. Remember when we did something wrong growing up, our mom would say, why did you do that? Why is the key to condemnation. So think about somebody's upset and they start with why, or they rationalize an excuse, or they push back, or whatever. That's a fear response: fight, flight, or freeze. This is where we've been taught to objection handle, right? It's called an objection. We're going to objection handle. Let me pull out my script. And we start asking questions like, how would you feel if, or what about that? Notice we're trying to objection handle around the word why. We're trying to use other words to get them to respond. But ultimately, you know what the best way to respond to fight, flight, or freeze is, to a fear response, to overwhelm, is with the other emotion. Fear is the default emotion. We're programmed that way genetically, by the way, to stay alive, to be fearful, to look for problems. We have to go to the intentional emotion: love. So you have two emotions. You have fear and love. Pick one. Fear is where you're going to default. Love is where you're going to be intentional. Next time somebody, your kids, a spouse, a client, just anybody in society starts to show fear, recognize it immediately. Just think to yourself, all right, that's fear. Okay? You know how you can tell you're not getting fear? Generally, they're smiling if they're giving you love. Okay? There's a lot of symptoms, a lot of signs. This is deep emotional thought here. I used to be a police officer. I used to love this. And people get angry and they're like, "Urgh." You know what you respond to them with love? You go, I love your passion for this. If you take a step back on anything, you get a client who doesn't like a price reduction, which by the way, all price reductions should be done in face-to-face, right? Which video, hello, price reductions happen on video, face-to-face, save you a little drive time. Or you're saying, here's how I think we should price this place. I love your passion for this. I mean, throw some love their way, for crying out loud. Give some gratitude and smile and watch things change. This is how you deliver happiness to people, to the marketplace, to your clients, to your agents around you. And remember what I just said, society is filled with overwhelm right now. Why? Because of the news noise, stress, finances, unknown, and the fact that people have been locked up in their house for so long with their, whether or not they liked the people they're locked up with on the beginning of this, they may or may not like them at the back end of this. Okay. There are a lot of people out there that are hurting right now. Can you imagine the poor souls? This hurts my heart to say this, to think about this, but there are people in abusive relationships in society that have been stuck with their abuser for weeks. I mean, how horrible is that? I hope they do something about it, which it's hard. It's hard to escape an abusive relationship. I investigated domestic violence for a while when I was a police officer. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible thing for people to go through. And kids being abused, things like that. I mean, so people are going through a lot of stress in society, a lot of overwhelm. Mental health issues are going to be at their highest level in years coming out of this because of the overwhelm, the fear, the stress, anxiety, things like that we're dealing with. We can help those things. We can help those things by deploying love. I love your passion for this. I love what I can do to help you. Please let me. I love what you're saying. Let's see what we can do with it. Deploy love and smiles. Okay? This is, you might go, I have a CEO sitting here. He's telling me all this stuff. Yeah. You know what this is? This is humanity. This is caring about people. This is, you know, when I talk about my weekly broadcast, Mind, Body, Business. And I know a lot of you watch that. Maria and Jennifer certainly do. Mind, Body, Business. You know why business is third? Because your business is never going to be right if your mind is not right and your body's not right. Reality. And I'm not saying that you have to be a marathon runner and super good physical shape or whatever, but you got to work on it. You got to make progress. Because in all reality, we're making backwards progress if we make no progress. We're moving backwards. Why? Because we just lost another opportunity to move forward. So you cash in something. You're cashing in time if you do nothing with it. And that compounds against you. You got to do something positive to do something for you. So talk about wellness. Got to get your mind right. You got to think in the position of love. You got to have a mindset of abundance, of where's the opportunity here instead of where's the scarcity and where's the overwhelm. Stop functioning from fear. Deploy that love. Lots of smiles. I'm going to give you a secret here also in a moment on how to do that, how to use that every day in every way. And let's make our minds right. Watch out for each other. It's okay to ask questions. How are you doing? That is the number one way to call somebody, contact them or send them a video message or FaceTime or something like that right now, is to reach out and go, hey, Jennifer, it's Adam. Haven't talked to you in a while. Remember me? I did a real estate deal with you a while ago. I hope you still love that place. I loved it. I just wanted to reach out and see how you're doing. If there's anything I can do to support you, do a smile on your face right now, because I know how blessed we all are. And just leave it at that. And you know what Jennifer's going to do? She's going to go, oh yeah, I remember. I love this place. This is great, but, and you know what comes out, right? Something. Uh-oh. Hey, Linda, can you mute, please? There we go. All right. You know what happens after that? She's like, but we have some extra kids and we're doing some homeschooling and we got 3 more dogs. So we're thinking we might need something else. What's the market doing right now? I mean, there you go. Doors open. Okay. And we don't want to rush out and go, hey, Jennifer, it's Adam. Hey, I sold you your house 3 years ago. Did you know there's no better time to sell your house again right now than right now? I mean, wrong approach, people. We're not doing that anymore. Okay. That's gone. That ship has sailed. It's about calling and caring. Call and care. That's because you got your mind right. You're going to help them get theirs right. Smile while you're doing it. And better yet, send them a video also. Here's the secret I was going to tell you. Nobody likes to smile at this thing. Your phone, okay, when you're shooting video. It's interesting, it's weird. Go back and look at any videos you've sent your clients. Chances are the majority of them started like this. Oh, hey, it's Adam. I want to, okay. Start with a smile, end with a smile. Always, always. Try it. It's fun, okay? And here's the other key. Make sure you got light facing you so you're not the informant, all right? Remember on the news, there was always like some informant somewhere, you'd watch like 60 Minutes or whatever, some news documentary. And they're like, we've got the witness from this on tonight. And then they show the shadow of a human being and they talk really weird so nobody can understand them. Agents, stop doing that on video. Point the light at your face, not from behind you. You see, I got some lights behind me right now. Again, I'm in my basement. This is not Remax Studios. This is Contos Studios here. I have these little lights right here, these video lights that I got on Amazon. They're called Neewer, Neewer video lights, or you just type in video light on Amazon, you get 2 of them, one for over there, one for over there. And they're batteries, you plug them in, you raise them up above your head, so they're kind of looking down on you, so you don't have shadows in your eyes, okay? And I got a few lights on the ground. So I actually have some like little red, you can kind of see the red light down there, okay? What that does is that bounces me off of the background. And you'll notice I'm more than 4 feet from my background. So it stands out. And I have this lamp over here with a soft light bulb in it. Gives a little depth to the room. That's it. This is like a $10 lavalier mic. I'm going through a little bit of equipment here, but you can plug it right into your phone or right into your laptop or something like that. I am using a higher quality camera, but it broadcasts at the same quality that my laptop camera and my iPhone do. So it's not much different than what you can do. I just have the lighting up here. There's no lighting overhead. I have no lighting overhead coming in. It's off. My can lights are off, okay? It's all coming from this way to get me to stand out so you can really see me well. Works really, really well. People can see your smile. They can see your eyes. And it increases the quality of the picture that you're in. So take a look at your lighting. You don't need a microphone unless you have a lot of echo. You might have a bunch of echo in the room you're in. Test it out. If you don't, if you have it, get a microphone. They're cheap. You'll use it, I promise. Or if you even go with a higher quality camera, you'll probably get a microphone anyway. You'll start getting better at this. Just got to practice it. And then, just experiment. But make sure you don't have any weirdness going on in the background. Look at your background. And don't be awkward on the video. Be like you would sit down with your most loved one and hold their face in your hand and talk to them and pay attention to them that way. That's how you want to be on video. That's how you want to pay attention to people. So we talked about mind. Let's talk about body real quick. You are a machine. This is the computer. Okay? And you need to work on this machine. You wouldn't buy a car and never change the oil in it. Right? You need to maintain your vehicle, and you're the vehicle. So eat healthy, drink water. I'll just give you an idea as to how I look. I don't drink soda. I drink a ton of coffee, though. Love coffee. That's okay. Caffeine, right? Who can live without it? So a lot of water. I drink coffee and tea. of course, but no soda, no chemicals. And then I eat healthy. If it grows or walks, generally it's good for me. Like vegetables and stuff like that, and meats and poultry and fish, stuff like that. If it comes out of a bag or it has like processed stuff in it that you can't tell me where it grew, it's not that great for you. So just limit those things, and then limit your snacking. If you're going to snack, have carrots, celery, peanut butter, or whatever it is, things like that, stuff that's decent for you. And don't go binge eat the Ben and Jerry's in the evening. I'll be the first one to say during the COVID thing, I ended up in the pantry a few times just because I was bored. Boredom eating is not good for your body. And exercise. Got to exercise. I get up every morning. I have a Peloton. I'll ride for like 20 or 30 minutes. Peloton is a stationary bike if you don't have one. It's the greatest thing ever. You got this giant monitor in front of you and somebody yelling at you and sweating all over the place and encouraging you to do the same. So it's kind of a cool thing. Or go take a walk or do some body weight exercises. Just stand up, sit down a few dozen times. Stretch, do some planking, do some sit-ups, whatever it might be. There's no excuse for not doing it. There's tons of opportunity online, on Facebook, whatever, to see free workout programs that you can do in an apartment the size of my office right here. So you got to take care of that. All these things play into you being a high-performance business leader. High-performance business leader, okay? And the way that you can demonstrate your high-performance business leadership is by being present in your community. Be present in your community. How do you do that? You got it. Video. Here's how I want you to think about video. You have an opportunity to go to a listing appointment. This is the best listing appointment ever in your career. This is the house you've always wanted. You're like, if I could ever list that house, it would be the best thing ever. Well, now you got the chance. Okay? So, would you just roll out of bed, all disheveled, put on a wrinkled shirt you found in the corner, not even bother getting some preparation, some documents, anything like that, and then go show up at the listing appointment and go, hey, I'm ready? No. That's how video is when you're reaching out to clients. So if you'll notice, I actually took some time. I have a shirt on that's not wrinkled. I did my hair. I shaved mostly. And I prepared for this talk because you are my listing presentation. And I knew what I was going to say. So this is how you need to look at it. Before you turn on your video, think about that time you're sitting in your car and you're looking in the mirror and you're fixing your hair and your makeup and making sure your clothes look good and you didn't spill your Starbucks on you. And make sure you got your folder full of stuff or your iPad with your presentation on it. Take a couple deep breaths. You might say a few words of rehearsing your, the ask or good, hello, or, things like that. Or maybe you meditate for a minute or two or turn on some rock music. I don't know what your preparation is, but you get ready. You get yourself ready. And you can see yourself going and winning that listing presentation and listing that house and selling it. That's how you need to show up on video now. Before COVID, it was okay just to wing it. Now, I can tell you, at Remax alone, we have spent over 6 million minutes on Zoom, just in Remax in the past 7 weeks. So, 6 million minutes of agents being on Zoom. It's expected that you do a good job of this now by your customers. And by the way, this is way more efficient than going door to door to door. So use video. In fact, I have a gift for you today. This weekend, I was thinking about all these things that I just told you about. And I'm like, I need to put something together about video. So I created I call it the Video Playbook 2020. Okay, I put it together this weekend. It's an ebook. I'm going to give you a download link here where you go and you put in your email address and say send it to me. So go to video.adamcontos.com. I almost said Remax. Video.adamcontos.com. Video.adamcontos.com. And punch in your email and I'll email you a link to download my video playbook. It has all these ideas and everything in it. Okay? It'll tell you things to think about, things to do, things to not do. There are many ways of doing video. Ultimately, you need to be doing it. And you need to be working on getting better at it. And doing video doesn't mean I did one, I'm good. I had an agent this morning. Where was he at? He was in Boston. He was in Boston. He goes, how many of these should I do? Just a couple a week, one a week. I'm like, dude, I'd be doing 5 a day if I could. He goes, I mean, literally, that's what his face looked like on the call. He's like, I said, make them 2 minutes. Okay. I'm not saying create a feature-length film and put it on YouTube. I'm saying go live on Facebook. And by the way, I describe a couple different types of video. There's a posted video where you like shoot a video, record it, and then upload it to something. So like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. Those are really the big ones. Those are where all your customers are, by the way. So you can record it and upload it. That's fine. Your first 10 or 20 of them are going to suck. Just get that out of the way. They're going to be horrible. They really will. And you're going to look at them and go, oh my gosh, leave them there. Because people want to see the progression. And they will actually go, man, you've got really good at this. And you're like, you got to see me sell your house. So think about that. Okay. Or you can just send a video message to people, 5 a day. Hey, Maria, it's Adam. I just wanted to send you a quick greetings. I know the doors might be opening up soon from COVID, and I just wanted to send my best. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Do you need me? I'm going to the store. You need me to drop anything off, whatever it is. I miss you. I send my best. Hope you're well. Bye. Video. Write it down and just get good at that one little script. You can send that on text message. You can send that on email. You can send that on Facebook Messenger, which is a huge platform for sending video. There's many places, but just send 5 videos a day. Here's what it's going to do. 73% of society is afraid of public speaking. 73%. Those are the same people, likely you, that don't like making video. Nobody likes it. Why? FOPO, fear of other people's opinions. We're afraid of being judged. I got news for you. People just want to know that you care. Okay? People just want to know that you care. If you're sending them a political message or something that is mean or nasty or whatever, don't do it. But if you're sending a message of caring, they want it, they love it, it works. That's modern marketing. I will close with one more point. Right now, there is no better time than now to spend a few dollars a day on social media marketing, on advertising. You create a post on your Facebook page. It'll say, do you want to boost this post for $3 a day? Yes, do it. Or learn how to dark post or something like that. Or if you have a teenager, say, hey, can you figure out how to use this boosting thing? Or here's the other thing, Remax Megaphone. Go to Max Center, or get with your broker here and have them help you. Go to Max Center and look up Remax Megaphone. It is the easiest way to market on Facebook and Instagram ever. You put your credit card in it. It says, do you want to spend $1.25 today? And you go, yeah. And you buy a couple ads and it generates leads for you. That easy. We have taken all the brain damage out of social media marketing. Caveat. Right now, it's relatively calm out there in the news, noise, and advertising world. What's happening later this year? An election. There is going to be the largest expenditure of election marketing funds in history this year. I don't care what side you're on, everybody's dumping money into this, okay? We have a small window between now and probably halfway to 3/4 of the way through the summer to get our voices out there as real estate agents. If you don't, you're going to miss the boat. Use Megaphone. That's why we built it. It literally helps you buy ads. So simple. We just launched it at the R4 convention. You can use PhotoFi, which is an app we have to build your ad. You can put it on Megaphone, hit send. It's cheap. It's easy. You're like, that's it. I just did all my marketing. Yes. And it generates a great deal of leads. Okay. So think about that. So I got for you, Maria, Jennifer, can I answer any questions?
Wow. That was very, very informative and so much value. I have like 3 pages of notes here. Thank you so much, Adam, for that. We can go ahead and, Jennifer, do you have a question, or do you want to just open it up to anyone who has a takeaway or a question themselves?
I think it's amazing, and before I just I have a takeaway myself that nowadays, when we're reaching out to people, I love the fact that you said to connect with people. That's really what this is all about not being so scripted and actually caring, about people. And I think that it should have always been like that. But even more so now to connect with humanity, and so I thank you. Anybody have any questions, for Adam? I think that you have the mute control, Maria. I don't have any, it doesn't seem like I have
Yes.
mute control over here.
Does anybody have any questions? Anyone? I have a question I'd like to ask him, but is there anyone that'd like to ask anything in particular to Adam about what he said, or just anything in general?
Okay. Hi, Adam. My name is Terry Harrison. I'm with Remax Champions out of Upland. I absolutely love doing videos, but it's so, my beginning statement is so scripted. Hi, my name is Terry Harrison with Remax Champions. And then I go on, but I was just trying to think of something that's not so scripted.
So don't start with your name.
Okay.
On your videos, start with a question.
Okay.
Hop on the video. So that's called an open loop. And what you want to do is you want to get on there and say, what are people thinking about their homes right now that COVID is starting to hopefully wrap up in society? Hey, it's Terry with Remax, and I just wanted to come out and let you know some of the things I'm hearing. So first of all, Terry, they don't necessarily care what your last name is yet, and they don't necessarily care what brand you're with yet until they get the value from you. So they want to know that you know what you're talking about. So you don't really need to lead with, hey, it's Terry Harrison with Remax. Just ask a question, because that's what you're there to provide, is information. And you'll notice I don't run around going, hey, I'm Adam Contos, CEO of Remax. I do on some of my broadcasts, but when I go on these presentations, I was on 4 other video calls this morning, and people are like, hey, Adam's with us. And they're like, hey, Adam. They all knew who I was. I didn't have to tell them. So they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that's what you want to do. You want to say, hey, I've heard some things going on in the marketplace for housing, and I just wanted to share a few of my insights that I've been researching for you, just some value. And they go, oh, okay. You go, by the way, my name's Terry. Here's what I found out. And blah, blah, blah. Be less scripted, more conversational. And at the end go, once again, if we haven't met, my name's Terry Harrison. I'm with the Remax office down the street. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Don't do the scripted pitch of, I'm always looking to help somebody, so I would prefer to receive a referral. You're the best referral anybody could ever give me. All the scripted stuff that we've always used, that doesn't work right now. So kindness, hey, it's Terry, give them the value, and then wrap it up. And if after you do that a while, you're going to have people coming to you going, I love what you're talking about. And they'll already have researched you. They'll go, Terry Harrison, and they'll go, oh, we know exactly who you're with. So
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You bet.
Hi, Adam. Here's another Terry.
Okay.
I have a quick question. What do you think about on the iBuyers right now, and what are they doing? I know they don't have the infrastructure like we do, and I'm just curious. I haven't seen as many commercials. I don't hear as much about them out there. What do you know that's going on? Thank
Okay.
you.
I love this question. Thank you, Terry. iBuyers have they've hung it up for a little while, but they're going to start reemerging over the next few weeks because they see that the marketplace is coming back. Interesting thing here, though, okay? Interesting thing. iBuyers only make money on the upside of real estate. So they make money when the market is increasing. They would not be coming into the marketplace if they knew the market was decreasing. But here's the big but. A lot of them are going to be coming out going, and I've already seen this, the company whose name starts with red is already said, hey, we're going to start iBuying again. And by the way, you're going to see home prices go down. Now, does that make any sense to you to go, I'm going to go invest in property and prices are going to go down? Doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
So really what we're seeing is they've gone right now. They're coming back soon because they know the market's about to reemerge quickly and they want to be in place. They did not have the spend to sustain 2 months of COVID. They all laid off a significant number of employees. I laid off none. I kept all of them and they kept working for you. They kept developing technology. They kept working on marketing, doing outreach to offices, things like that. In fact, we cranked up our service that we provided. I think we're one of the only companies that didn't furlough anybody. But the reality is now's the time to get in front of the iBuyers by talking to people and saying, what should you be thinking about when somebody offers to buy your house soon? Because it's likely going to happen. I want to help you with that. I've done some research. Here's what I know. And then you go on with, on average, they bring in 7% less per sale, stuff like that, the market economics that you're aware of. Did that answer your question?
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much.
Jesse Pina, you want to unmute yourself, Jesse?
Hi, Adam. I have a question. Where do you see the market going in the next 2 to 3 months?
I think we're going to see a good reemergence. Obviously there are millions of micro markets around the country, but overall, we're likely to see real estate lead the economy coming out of this. Keep in mind, we are upwards of 15% of the GDP. The country needs real estate to be transacting. And a lot of people, frankly, like I had mentioned before, are sick of where they live, especially people in the city. They're going to want to try and figure out how can they work from the suburbs, because now a lot of office workers know, and their businesses know, this is key, their businesses know they do not need to have people in an office now. A lot of people want to go to an office. They just can't handle being at home with their family, their kids, the environment, things like that. So for sanity purposes, they need to go to an office, but a lot are not going to after this. So I think you're going to see the, we predicted a massive drop off in Q2. I think the drop off in Q2 is going to be a lot less than we predicted because we have this glut of people who want to get into the marketplace. You're going to see interest rates go down some more. Interest rates are going to go into the high 2s most likely. Okay. And that's going to happen simply because they're artificially inflated right now. They could be in the high 2s right now, but all the lenders have pushed them up because they wanted to reduce the volume of refis. They wanted to reduce the volume of refis that they had to deal with. So they moved the rates up a tad bit. We think they're going to go down a little bit to high 2s, low 3s. All the economics say that it's going to be a strong housing market. Lawrence Yoon from NAR says instead of 5.6 or 5.3 million homes being sold this year. We're going to see 4.6. I think it's going to be a little bit higher than 4.6 because you're going to have a busy Q2. I'm sorry, busy second half of Q2 and a busy Q3 and a busy Q4. Don't look for the normal slowdown Q3 to Q4. It's gonna stay relatively strong, I believe. But Jesse, here's the big but. This is going to be dependent upon how aggressive you are in getting out into the marketplace. This is an opportunity for you because of the 1.4 million realtors out there, 75% of them are not visible right now. You need to be in that 25% that is aggressively out there in the marketplace, and you will gain market share. There's market share being lost right now and market share being gained. You need to be the one gaining it because those that are hiding are losing it. So opportunities there. The market's going to pick up. I believe it's still going to be a seller's market. Still going to be a seller's market. It's going to take a hard push to turn this into a buyer's market. We're not going to see that. It's going to be a seller's market. We're not going to see a bubble pop. We're not going to see a whole bunch of foreclosures. We're not going to see a whole bunch of economic ruin in housing. Not likely. If we do, I will be really surprised.
Awesome. Thank you.
I have a question.
Sure.
So when you say it's not a seller's market, I mean, it's not a buyer's market, it's a seller's market. Isn't it really both with the interest rates being so low? What is your, I mean.
So yes, I guess you could say that it's a great buyer's.
Because I did a video that I said that.
Well, it's a great buyer's opportunity.
Uh-huh.
A buyer's market, more than anything, means that the buyers are in control of the negotiation. The buyers can come in and push the pricing down. Like in 2008, the buyers came in and said, "I'm gonna negotiate the heck out of this and push the pricing down." Seller's market is the sellers can hold the pricing up. Okay, and all of that is really determined. There's this kind of false or imaginary line in the real estate space, which is a 6-month inventory. And anything less than 6-month inventory is deemed to be a seller's market, where the sellers are more in control pricing. Anything more than a 6-month inventory is deemed to be a buyer's market, where there's oversupply. So think supply demand. 6-month supply is the supply demand median. So you're mostly right on that. Where
So it's just wording. It's the seller's market with buyer's opportunity.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, I would say, look, if you're looking to buy a house, right, and don't lead with this, just say the housing market is back open and interest rate, all the dynamics show that this is an unbelievable time for both people on both sides of the deal. And here's why.
Right.
And because people want to know, is this good?
Pending sales dropped. I'm sorry, pending sales dropped. Prices increased by 8% last April.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's a good sign for what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have gone into the showing time stats. I don't know how it sits for your area right there, but a good thing to look at is showing time stats right now, and that is obviously scheduled showings. Do you guys use showing time in California?
Yes.
Okay, you should be able to look at it out there in that area and see what's going on in your MLS. And it's fascinating because you can compare it to last year and see where it's at. Like Boston right now is 9% above last year. I was in Alabama today talking to a team. You guys are going to love this. So half of the calls I've been on today have been other companies. EXP, KW, and some others. So why? Because they want to know what the CEO of RE/MAX thinks. So they don't have their CEO on. They get me. But yeah, all the showings are up in these places. Here's the beauty of what's going on right now in the marketplace. This is really fascinating because you compare this year to last year. Last year, think of how many houses you showed somebody before they wrote an offer, and think this year, you're showing them like half as many houses. It's interesting. They're doing their homework a lot more before.
This is Terry again, if you don't mind. I'd just like to share one other thing that I find absolutely amazing in the REMAX Center. And by the way, I love REMAX Center. I'm becoming an expert. But Bomb is the bomb. I love it.
Yeah, we have, by the way, we're doing an integration with Bouge. I think it launches this week, or maybe it launched last week or something like that. But yeah, the Bomb Bouge integration is launching. That was a big one that we're doing with the Bouge CRM. By the way, my Bouge team, we built this unbelievable platform. We did in 2 years what National Association of Realtors couldn't do in 11. And with building this technology out, and I got some amazing stuff going on in the back end. And also, has anybody used First, downloaded the First app?
Yes.
It's free right
Yes.
now. Raise your hand if
Yes.
you used. Okay, if you haven't, load it on your phone, for crying out loud, okay? It's free, it's AI, so machine learning. It goes into your phone, looks at all your contacts, fills in the gaps on those. We have 750 data points on every homeowner in the US. And this thing goes out and runs all those data points outside of their homeownership data, runs information on all that, and then feeds that into our AI machine and tells you how likely they are to list their house. And if it tells you to call somebody, call them, because you're going to see somebody else's sign in their yard if you don't. It's scary accurate. It's freaky how well it works. But take a look at it. But if you have not loaded First, go to first.io and look it up. Use that. The thing works really well, and it's free right now. I mean, it's not free to me. It's costing us millions of dollars to run it, to give it out. But we bought it because we wanted to make it exclusive to REMAX.
I have a question.
Sure.
On that First, is it on the phone app? You go to the App Store, and is it First spelled it out, or is it one ST?
So start by going to your computer and go to the website first.io, and it will tell you how to do that.
Okay.
We're actually going to have a training on that exact topic on May 19th next week. We have a sales representative from REMAX headquarters that is going to be hosting a training on that specific app to show you the full functionalities of how it can service your business. So we'll be sending out that later this week, everyone.
It is literally the technology magic wand for real estate. I mean, that's why I bought it. I mean, I saw this company. I'm like, we did our diligence, and we're going, we gotta have that. This is perfect for our agents.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you so much, Adam, for your time today. I unbelievable value, great information. Everyone, I think everyone enjoyed it. We took a lot away from this call. I'd like to end the call with one question for you, if I may.
Sure.
And so I was listening to one of your video messages on Facebook, and you said to ask yourself and to ask others, what has changed for you or in you during this quarantine time? Whether it's personal or whether it's in your business, what's one thing that has changed in your life?
Well, I love this, Maria. I think, like so many people, I got into the grind. I got used to doing everything. I mean, I was on the road nonstop. This is the most I've been with my family in 16 years. I mean, literally the most in 16 years. I looked at my travel schedules. I took for granted everything that is so dear to me. And this has given me a chance to spend time with it, with my kids, my dogs, my wife. We get to have dinner together. I couldn't tell you the last time I sat and had dinner with my family. And it's so amazing to take a step back and have this reset button hit in your emotions and understand truly what you're grateful for, instead of just grinding away and doing work. And I think a lot of people in real estate get that way. I know a lot of people that run companies get that way. I mean, there's a ton of emotional problems in business executives, a lot. And there's a lot of stress in it. And same thing in real estate. But we've gotten a chance to look around and realize what's right here in front of us that we need to be really grateful for. And we can't forget that. So I look at it as this is an opportunity for us to take advantage of this moment and recognize that and not let go of it, because it makes us better people and it makes us better at what we do. So I think that's what's changed the most in me is my emotional focus. I mean, I don't know that that's really a term, but it's a term for me, my emotional focus. What am I devoting my emotions to and why? So, you know, I'm grateful for these opportunities. I'm grateful for, if we weren't doing COVID, we would not be doing this right now.
Right.
All of us together. Okay. So this is amazing to me. And I mean, I've seen the worst of society. I used to be a police officer. I was a SWAT cop. I've been through some horrible things in life. And I look at this right now and I go, wow, we should be unbelievably grateful for the opportunities that we have and the opportunities that we have moving forward to help other people, our customers, our marketplace, things like that. If we don't take advantage of this, shame on us. So that's what's changed me. So thank you for asking.
Beautiful. Thank you so much again for your time, sir. We truly appreciate it. This recording is being recorded, so we will share with everyone so you can go back and rewatch. Thank you again for your time. Appreciate it, and everyone be blessed. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
Very much.
Thank
Thank you, Adam.
you,
Remax
Jen.
champion. Thanks you.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Be well, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Adam. Be blessed.
Thank you.